Hello and welcome back. And this is Naveen from UI Brains. So last class we have actually discussed about how to make the password encryption, and in this video we understand how to validate your form data. So generally we apply a client-side form validation. So it is also better approach to make you validate the form. Okay. So generally this is very important to validate your form in Express.js as well. Okay, so to validate your form we are using actually one third-party module, something called Express Validator. So I just show you this Express Validator once, and then we'll implement the same Express Validator for validate the form. So Express Validator, yeah, this is official website for validating your form in the backend. So you have to install the Express Validator, and so here it is. So they given two approaches. One is using JavaScript and one is using TypeScript. So JavaScript code is this, TypeScript code is this. So you have to import the body and validation result from Express Validator, and then you write a post for the path, and you'll be verifying it, is email, is length, like that, and you get the validation results, and you will verify the result, and then you get the form data. Okay, so let me explain you practically what actually happens in the form validation. So for this, you have to install the package. So what is the package you're gonna install is npm install um, express hyphen validator, and also TypeScript specific at types slash types slash express validator. So these two you have to install extra to make a form validation. So what I do is, I have stopped the server. Make sure you stop the server, and let's copy the existing example of password encryption. Let's copy that. I go here, I'll paste it. So here let's make something called 14. Let's say form validations. Form validations create. So this will make a copy of existing program, and then we'll make our application. Okay, so it is indexing now. Okay, so now actually, yeah, let's directly go to the user router. First let me start the server. Okay, so let's do npm start, where it is 14th folder, npm start. It will start the server. Okay, and meanwhile, yeah, you want to check the server startup. Check server and click on send. You got this. So server up and running. That's fine. So now what you do is, the very first thing you have to install this package. Copy this. Go here. But I have started no. Let's Control C. Stop it. Paste. Enter. So install the package first. Okay, installed. Now start again. npm start. Actually, we supposed to install first. Um, npm start. So application started. You can just check verify one more time. Up and running. Fine. Now it's time to write the form validation. So where you write the form validation logic is in my user router. Just go directly to the user router. Here, see, actually you are receiving a form data name, email, password. For example, let me clear the hash password logic. I don't need that hashed password logic. I just remove it. Okay. So please see here. I am looking for name, email, and password fields from the client. I am displaying them as a response, just like that. So here I have not applied any validation rule for these parameters. So if you test it out, check for register the same URL. If I send, I receive the data. That's fine. But for some reason, if I forget to write the password. I have not provided the password. So click on send. What happened? You receive only name and email, you are not receive the password. Okay, so it actually should throw the error if you don't provide the password, because password is a required field. So if that is the case, you have to go with a form validation. So you have to verify exactly is that getting a same parameter or not. And sometimes people will type capital email. Okay, people will send capital email. So it's not even received. Actually, it's supposed to receive. Okay, why not received is, yeah, I tell you. If you provide some capital email, it is not even received here because I am looking for lowercase email. But what client sent? Uppercase email. So without any error, it is not even received. It's supposed to send an error, correct? So for this, we have to make a form validation. So to make a form validation, you need to note this: import something from Express Validator. Okay. So here you need to import two things from the Express Validator. One is body and the validation result. Body and validation result. So body indicates the request body, which the form data which you want to send to the client from client to server, and the validation result is actually the result of your form validation. Okay, this holds the result of it. So once you have imported, go to your router. Here, let's take a special one array. So here you have to apply the validation for each field. So first let me apply validation. So body of what is the field? You may write comment also. So what fields required is name, email, and password. So these three must required. So let's verify. So body of name dot not not dot is empty. Okay, I'm applying the empty not empty validation dot with message with message. Let's say user name. They say name is required. So this is my message. If you are unable to provide the name field, you get this error. So how did you get the error story is like this. So as per the official documentation, see how did they verify is, see here. You should get the errors from the request object. So validation result errors is equal to validation result of request, the result of your validation. Once it is there, so you will just check the condition like this: if errors dot is empty, if errors is not empty. Actually, if errors are empty, means successfully validated your form. If errors is not empty, means if there are some errors in the form. Okay, not empty means if errors are having some errors are there in the form. So what you do, response the status of 401, sorry 400, and you can print the errors in this format. Errors will be errors.array. So this will print the complete information about the error. That's all. So now let's check. So I have done this part. Just apply validation only on a name. So I back here. I think my server is up and running. Yep. So back here, if I provide name, if I provide a name, if I provide a name, it'll take the name. But if we don't provide the name, what you should get? You should get the error. See, you got the error. Name is required field parameter. Okay, in the body, request body, name is required. So you must have to provide the name. So if I provide the name, then then you get the name. And some people will type capital name. So this is not allowed because strictly defined is lowercase name. So if I provide, some people provide capital name also, not allowed. You must provide a lowercase name only. So strictly you can verify the form data. And then I want to verify the email. So to verify email, comma, body, uh, email dot is email. There is direct statement is there. I mean direct function is there, is email. So if that is not an email, you get the message stating that uh, required. Okay, let's say proper email is required. Okay, so let's verify. Now my server is starting. Yeah. So now see, I have added one extra line, email verification. So if I don't send email, what happen? You get the error. Hey, enter proper email. Perfect. So you must provide a name as well. If I don't put anything, then what happen? If I don't provide, you get both the errors. Name also required, email also required. Okay. So let's say the name. Name is Rajan. Okay. Comma email. Email will be just say Rajan at just say Rajan I given. Is it a proper email? No. Check it out. You got the error. Value is Rajan, but you have to enter the proper email. Yes. So at gmail.com and send it. Now happily received your form data. It is success. Same like if you want to provide a password verification. See, if I don't provide password also it is happy. But I want to verify password also. So to verify the password, comma, comma, body of let's say password field dot you write some different validation. Actually you have a lot of validations like is length, is empty, contains, equals, like multiple things are there. Is alpha, alphanumeric, base 64, these many things, red card number, currency, like multiple things are there. Okay, they all come from express validator. So this verifies some length of my password. So dot, I think they have written something. Is length minimum 5. Okay, dot is length minimum 5 characters. So dot with message if that fails. So minimum 5 characters required for password. Okay, so let's verify this now. So I have applied extra validation on password. Let's check. Server is started. So if I don't provide password, what happen? You get the minimum 5 characters required for password. So if I provide password, then something Rajan123 minimum 5 characters is there, comma. So send it. You get proper form. So this is how you actually provide a form validation. For suppose if person is missing this, he is not providing any form data, so server stops there. Okay, you have to provide the name, email, and password. This is what your errors. And how does you are getting this errors in this format is we written this way. If there is having some errors, so 400 is your response, and errors is the property, and array errors dot array is there, that array which contains all the information internally. Okay, if you provide that, happily it will work. Okay, and by mistake if you provide some capital P or something, it won't work. Correct. So this is like, yep, so this is like a complete password, I mean the complete form validation at backend. We also have a lot of functions. You can just try those functions for your form. Okay, like currency, alphanumeric characters, and credit card number, like a lot of functions are there. You can have a try. Okay, if you want to know more, just look into this official documentation. You get the more clarity. So that's it. Thank you so much for uh, watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel and show your support. Thank you.